Welcome one and all. Welcome one and all. We're back. Hey, we've been gone for a minute, but Six Man Podcast is back in action. This is what episode five, fellas? This five?
He's 4.5.
Five. Okay, episode five. We've been gone so long, I forgot. This podcast is brought to you by Scooby Doo, Faking the Funk. Tony Romo is that Prescott.com. Rod is Rod, who's the other sponsor?
Other sponsor, today's show is sponsored by the big bald men of America that are over 5'4". That means Speedy is not in this club because he is not bald nor is he 5'4".
Oh boy. Oh. So this podcast, Six Man Podcast, episode five. This is our draft, post draft assessment, take, whatever you want to call it. We're going to dive right into talking about the draft that just happened this past 3 days, and some are happy, some are upset. Some on this podcast are never happy, regardless of the draft situation. Although they do 10,000 mock drafts before the actual draft, and they're not happy during the mock drafts. So, but briefly introduce ourselves. I'm D Hack. Y'all go ahead and chime in, fellas.
I'm K Rob.
Hey man, Rod, man, what's going on?
Easy in the house.
Hey man, it's Big Cole.
The one and only Speedy, the speedster.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and dive in, fellas. So we had the draft. We were kind of looking forward to this, but then not, considering we did nothing when free agency opened. But still, as Cowboy fans, we're always hopefully optimistic until things happen. So what would you say what is your draft day grade? Second question will be, were all of our needs addressed? That should be not addressed, typo. And third, what is your prediction for the upcoming season in terms of our record? But we're gonna start with our draft day grades. Y'all go ahead and jump in. Well, no, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Let's start with Rod. Go ahead. I'm ready to hear this. Rod, what is your draft day grade and
Honestly,
why?
Honestly, I can't really give it a grade right now. I would say incomplete because I don't think we addressed.
No.
How's it incomplete when we finish the draft?
Give a grade. You got to give a grade, bro.
Okay, the grade. Since I'm being forced to give a grade, the grade
You
is
are.
a C. I'll give us a C in the draft. Right.
Okay.
Let me explain. I like the Guyton pick. He's a big athletic offensive tackle. Of course, I love O-line picks. Big offensive tackle. Here's what I don't like about it. He only started 15 games at Oklahoma. He started 13 games at right tackle. They're talking about moving him over to left tackle. We have a right tackle problem. So if this kid's a right tackle, why are we moving him to left tackle? Yes, we do need to replace. Tyron Smith. However, got Tyler Smith, who's a great guard, but he was a natural tackle. Okay, so I like the Guyton kid, and I think he's gonna be really, really good though for us. He's 6'8", he's 325 pounds. He's aggressive. The kid played tight end and H-back, so he's athletic as all get out. So I think he's gonna be a really good player for us. I don't understand the method to that madness. Our second round pick, we picked the DN. He's not going to see. He'll see the field as a rotational piece, but I don't think with the second round pick in the draft, you need to be looking at rotational pieces. You need to be looking at starters. That's just my personal opinion. The third round to me is where things got a little bit interesting. We picked up the 73rd pick that Kevin Roberts was turning cartwheels about. With the 73rd pick, we picked our best player in the draft, Cooper Beebe. He's a road grader. He's 6'4" and he's 335. But the question I have about that is he played four positions at Kansas State. He never played center, Kev, not once. He played center in practice. He played
He
center
played all-
practice. He played center practice. That don't count.
He played all 5 positions, Rod.
Yeah.
Todd McShay said Todd McShay said he didn't. How about that?
He played all 5 positions.
We all know Todd McShay's been wrong.
Todd McShay said he didn't. Look that one up.
Todd McShay.
All right, McShay, whatever. Keep going.
He played left guard and he played right guard. He played left tackle. He played right tackle. He never played a snap at center. Not one.
Know.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take who many felt was the best guard in the draft and experiment with him at center. I don't get that either. So if you're gonna experiment with him at center, right now he's not starting, which means the Hoffman kid's starting. So you have your best offensive lineman, quote quote, sitting the bench and waiting to play. He's gonna be the Zach Martin replacement. That's what he's gonna be. He's gonna be the Zach Martin. He's gonna be the Zach Martin replacement. Many people love this Hoffman guy at center. I don't know much about a Hoffman guy at center. I didn't pay attention to him much. Kevin Roberts likes him. I don't know what that means.
I didn't say I liked him. Go ahead.
With the other pick in the 3rd round, we picked Maurice Luafu, the linebacker from Notre Dame. Luafu, right?
Rob, we only have 45 minutes now.
Hey man, listen, with the pick after that, Marshawn Lloyd was on the board. Marshawn Lloyd with the Green Bay with the pick after that. We didn't address the running back position. A few picks after that, Peyton Wilson went after that. So you're gonna tell me this Luafu kid is better than Peyton Wilson? No, he's not. We didn't address the running back position, and we reached on a couple of picks.
Okay, so we're gonna come back.
We always have hurt players.
So what else?
Don't you always complain about drafting hurt players?
Is Peyton Wilson hurt now?
He's not hurt now, but he's had injury history.
He's hurt now though. I'm just saying.
Okay, so look, we're gonna come back. Okay, somebody else. Cam, go ahead, chime in. What's your grade?
I'm gonna be quick. I think I give it a B minus. I think looking at the background of some of these guys, I think they're trying to get rid of the country club aspect. The linebacker that Rodney does not like is a hitter. He's violent. The 2nd round pick, DE, the defensive end as well. You have to remember that the only other DE that we have on the roster that we have is Sam Williams, and then D. Law is gone next year. I don't really want to count our linebacker as a defensive end. And then I think the cornerback we probably could have did without, but I hear he has great ball skills, so that's a plus as well. But overall, I think we had a solid draft. We did draft another tackle, Rod, that they said they're going to use at guard later in the draft. So I think we fulfilled our needs. We just don't have a running back. I think running back by committee would probably be a little more effective than receiver by committee. So if you have a solid O-line, all of us probably run behind something. So that's just my take.
All right, appreciate it. E, what's your grade?
I hate agreeing with Rod. I swear to God, I do. I give him a C, man. And I'm being generous from the standpoint of looking at everyone we drafted. BB is the best player we drafted. The rest of those players we drafted will not see the field this year unless they're on special teams. We had holes in the offensive line that we should have addressed. Just like Rod mentioned, we have a problem at right tackle. Guyton should go to right tackle. We all know that it was the plan of the Cowboys to move the young kid from guard to tackle once Tyron left. So if that's the case, why not go ahead and put BB there? We need a center. There were a lot of good centers in the draft. And I feel like two of the easiest spots to transition from college to pro is running back and offensive line. If you've played that spot the entire time. If you've been a left tackle, you move up to the next, your left tackle, just like Tyron Smith was. And when he was at USC, he was left tackle. It's an easy transition. Why are you going to take this man and guy and take him from the right side to the left side? That makes no sense to me. And this is coming from a D-line coach. And call me a homer. I coached Peyton Wilson in high school. How do you pass up the man who won not one but both best defensive player of the year awards? That makes no sense to me. Like, and you talking about drafting injured guys. We took an injured guy who's coming off an injury, Ryan Flournoy, out of the 6th round. He had a season-ending injury. That was a waste. Like the 6th and 7th pick was a waste of a pick. You're just drafting camp bodies now. So not to take up too much time, it was a C. We didn't feel the needs we needed to fill, which we could have filled most of them. So it's a C for me.
All right. Speedy.
All right. My grade is I'm going along with Kev, B-, and I disagree with Rod and an E. I mean, all through the draft, all Rod was talking about, we need an offensive line, we need an offensive tackle, we need this, we need that. And we got an offensive tackle. And he's going to start day one, point blank at left tackle. He's starting day one. Turnstile is going to be on the right side because we paid him too much money, and he's going to start.
And that's true. I'm not disputing that. Go ahead.
Can I finish? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Guyton is going to be our left tackle. He was the most athletic tackle in the draft. All right. So we're going to have to do a little coaching. Okay. He played the right side. Now I got to go to the left side. That's what coaches do. They coach. They got to coach him up to play the left side. All right. I mean, with the BB pick, I mean, I love that pick. I mean, that dude is he is a role grader. And I think, I mean, the reports that I got and all the information I got, he played all 5 positions. So he can go down center. And you guys know as coaching, it's easier to go down inside than it is to go to the outside.
Yeah.
You guys know that. As coaches, you guys know that. So that's an easier transition. We got the toughest position that we needed, our offensive tackle, and he's gonna be there for 10 plus years. So, I mean, with the linebacker, I mean, I wish we would have got a running back. I mean, but just looking at, the reports on him, I mean, he comes downhill. I mean, did I want Peyton Wilson at that spot? Yes, I did. Yes, I wanted Peyton Wilson because I think Peyton Wilson highlight tapes, I mean, this stood out. I mean, he's all over the field. But, I mean, this kid, how you pronounce his name, E?
La'u.
Yeah. Whatever the kid name is. Yeah, that kid right there. I mean, he's got a motor. And that Nealon kid, with our second pick, the 56th pick, I mean, I know that kid is gonna play. I mean, he's gonna play because you guys know we lost Dorrance Armstrong and we lost Deontay Fowler. So we lost both of them through free agency. So I mean, that kid is gonna play. He has a high motor. He has sorry about that. He has 28 career tackles for loss. He's gonna add toughness to the D line. He was a second team All-MAC. He was converted from a tight end, so he's athletic. He was a tight end, a linebacker, and then they moved him to defensive end. He was a first team All-State in high school. The kid had 57 tackles this past year, 4 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and 8 quarterback hurries. So, I mean, that kid is going to play. And with with those other draft picks, I mean, we know that's pretty much going to be roster spots. Filling out the practice squad. But I do like the corner because you can never have enough good cornerbacks on your team. So I do think that was a good pick. But that's my take on it. That's my take on the draft. I think a B minus. And we did sign a running back today, a free agent, Nathaniel Pete. Remember that name, Nathaniel Pete out of Missouri. There you go, Kobe. Nathaniel Pete.
You sound like he run a car wash in the garage.
Write it down.
Yeah.
His sandwiches out the back.
So and that Speedy, what that DN in the second round pick has 13 career. He has 13 career sacks. Never anything higher than 4. Just want to throw that out there too.
So since you want to throw something out there, Rod,
just want to throw that out there too.
He was
cheers, damn it,
in the 99 percentile of run defense. What happened last year? We got thrashed in the run.
So we drafted defensive ends. We drafted defensive ends to stop the run.
Well, doesn't D-Law stop the run?
D-Law's our best run defender. What is that?
Thank you. So why not put somebody else on the other side?
So in other words, the guys in the middle.
The podcast king has the other side.
So we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to the debate. Kobe, go ahead and give yours.
Well, mine will be quick because I'm not an NFL insider like Kevin is. I'm not privy to the scouting reports or the, what the insider things that are going on in the draft room. Kev has some type of insider contact. I had originally given a grade of an F, but talking to Kev and now that I know that BB is going to be used in a different way than I thought previously or originally, I would give it a C minus. I understand the logic of picking the DN. I understand we lost Fowler and Armstrong and we rotate guys in. I'm just a proponent of picking the best player available. I don't think he was the best player available at that time, but I understand the logic. I think BB will work out regardless of where you play him. I'm concerned about our first pick. I think he has tremendous potential, but he's going to be blocking the best athletes on the field, right? And I would rather move him to right tackle, cut Steele, recoup that money, reallocate it, put BB at guard, and move Tyler Smith out to left tackle because at least he has experience in the league and has, some type of. I think he's played a few snaps at left tackle when Tyron was hurt, if I'm not mistaken, last year. But the other picks, I don't agree with not addressing the running back issue, but it sounds like through Kev's contacts that has already been handled because Zeke will be signed pretty shortly, and we'll just be giving him the ball and watching him plow ahead for 1.7 yards a carry. And
I didn't say anything about Zeke.
I'm sure it was coming. So I have some concerns there. I have some concerns. We didn't address the wide receiver issue. As bad as we felt about Gallup last year, he still was an NFL quality receiver. I'm not sure we replaced that with the young kid. What's his name? Tolbert and Brooks. So that'll be interesting. I know that they're going to try to incorporate the kick returner more. The little guy. What's his name? Turpin. Put him in the mix, but we'll see. Like we all say, the draft is a crapshoot, and we just cross our fingers.
Okay. So with that being said, look, I just got your name, Kobe. When I looked down there, I started laughing. So I said, okay, you want to be Petty Betty, so I'm gonna be Petty Betty too. So it's okay. It's quite all right. I started laughing when I started. Oh, that's classic. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, you got me. That's okay. All right. So, but it goes into what we were talking about. I think many of you all alluded to this already. Were all of our needs addressed? And and I guess to ask that question, then the follow-up question would be, one would be, did we have the opportunity to address those needs? And then two, where do we go with those needs? Like, what do we do? And I guess they've already answered some of those questions, but y'all go ahead and chime in on that. Were they addressed, and what do we need to do?
I think for the most part they were, except for maybe the running back position. But I think our biggest need was in the trenches, and I think we handled that. So that's just my opinion.
I'll tend to agree with that. we address needs. Yes, we got offensive line help. We picked 3 offensive linemen, like Kevin said. We picked a guy in the 7th round that is 6'5". He's 340, I believe he is. 7th round kid, and then but I personally think we had so many needs you couldn't address all of them through the draft. We didn't do anything for Edgy, so we couldn't address everything that I personally think we needed in the draft. We got O-line help, yes. The linebacker, I'm hopeful that this kid can play. Y'all are seeing some things I haven't seen. Y'all said this, he's a downhill guy. I read because he's so aggressive, he misses a lot of tackles, which means he'll fit right in with the Dallas Cowboys. The corner, not sure about the corner pick, so and we did pick a D tackle. We picked a kid, Nathan Rogers from Auburn in the 7th round. He's 6'5" and he's 340 pounds as well. So we address needs, yes, but we don't have a right now. Our starting running back is Rico Dowdle.
It's Nathan Thomas, Rod.
Big kid from Auburn.
Yeah,
Big D,
Justin Rogers.
That's him, Justin Rogers. That's it.
Yeah.
Rod, don't forget about the running back we just signed, Nathan Petey.
Oh yeah,
What's his name?
Nathan Pete.
Nathaniel Pete.
Nate Pete.
Oh, you don't like Rico? You don't like Rico?
No. I didn't say I don't like Rico. No. Rico's a nice running back.
We also signed a guy from the Rams too.
Rolls Royce.
Yeah, Royce
O'Neal.
Yeah, he made.
We got
he
Royce O'Neal.
Look,
we got Royce O'Neal, Rico Suave, and Deuce McAllister on the team.
And as Speedy's favorite line, some of those guys are camp bodies. So some of them,
I'm just gonna tell you.
yeah, some of them may get cut.
So even with those guys, and you can even add Zeke to the mix, we didn't address the running back position at all.
No, we didn't.
Like not even close. And as we talked about in the text group, I would just say when you look at the stats, Dak, God, I can't believe this. Dak is more successful when he has a run game, a successful run game. The games where I think his record, I think somebody can look this up. I think he's lost like 4, maybe 5 games as a starter, 6 when we've rushed for over 100 yards. And you think he's been there with 30 carries and 100 yards. He's lost 6 games. And that guy's been there 8 years now? 7, 8 years. And he's only lost 6 games when he rushed. And my thing is going into year 9. So my question is, if the 6 guys that are on this podcast knows this information, how is it that they don't know this information? And how is it they have not made a conscious effort to do anything with our run game over the past 3-4 years? Let's just be real.
I guess it goes back to what Kev said. Kev said you got a dominant offensive line, just about anybody can run behind them. So that's what they're thinking is I feel like they got burned with Zeke with that contract. So they're not gonna break the bank on a running back. So running back fix the offensive line and running back by committee.
Well, because that and the fact that the way football is played now, it's a pretty game. It's a passing league now. Not many people are going to line up and smash you in the face, with the running game.
I bet the San Diego Chargers will now.
Yeah, we all know that in the playoffs you need a running game. Running games travel, but if you just look at the overall way football has been played nowadays, man, everybody wants to drop back and they want to sling it all over the field. So I think the Cowboys have fallen into that same paradigm as to how football is being played these days, instead of just lining it up and running the football. That still works.
I think, and like I said, I can be wrong, but I just think there's been a conscious effort to showcase our quarterback. And I think, and I mean, I'm just being honest. And what I mean by showcase, and I think y'all know where I'm going with this, is hey, we have a guy that can sling it 30, 40 times a game, and he can put up all these gaudy numbers. And he has done that. But we lose when he does that. Like we're not successful when we're relying on him to be a gunslinger because that's not him. And then when we need him to be a gunslinger, playoffs, in the playoffs,
Bitch
he
up.
becomes a gunslinger because he throws it to the other team more times than he completes it to his own team for more touchdowns. So, the thing is that set him up for success. We, stop worrying about, our egos as offensive coordinators and our egos as quarterbacks and do what's in the best interest of the team. Romo's best years came when he had a successful running game.
Yeah,
Whether
DeMarco
we like
Murray.
it or we
Yeah.
don't like it, and that's just the facts. Whether or not we clown about, or I clown about them being the same person, but they are in the regard that they rely heavily upon the running game in order to be successful, and we're not smart enough as a coaching staff to put our guys in the best positions possible to be successful. And that's a job as a coach. That is your main job as a coach. And we're not doing that. And then our front office, we're not equipping that quarterback with the tools necessary in order for him to be successful. So we everybody complained. Even I complained. And Speedy's gonna give me crap forever and a day about, saying that we're okay with Coop being gone.
Cool.
And you know what? I understood the business aspect of it, but the business aspect of it, they didn't do what they were supposed to do to replace him. So and so from that, we should have kept him. If this was the approach that we were going to take in trading him, we should have kept him. So now we have one guy that we're anticipating to create separation and do all of this other stuff. And now we're going to experiment with guys at wide receiver again. That to me is also a recipe for disaster. We don't have a legit number 2 receiver, and we don't have a number 1 running back. That's bad.
You forgot
That's bad.
about I
Cook
totally
is
forgot
coming back.
about Martavius Bryant.
Yeah, and Cooks is coming back.
Yeah, we got Bryant.
We got Brian who couldn't get out the practice squad.
Right.
Y'all got
I mean, they signed him
Pete-
late.
Hey,
I
look.
mean,
Pete Nance.
he
What's his
got
name?
reinstated, and then they signed him late. So I don't,
Hey, Hey, we
I don't
Speedy,
think the
what's
plan
the
worked for him
guy's
to play
name we
at
just
all
signed?
last year.
we
Pete
drafted a
Nance.
25-year-old. We drafted a 25-year-old wide receiver though. Yep, he's 25.
Mm.
Who
Hey,
that
I mean,
kid?
Huh?
Yeah,
Flournoy. The dude we just
Yeah.
drafted.
No, he's
25.
24,
Hey.
man.
He's
Hey,
what?
Some
Coach.
other guys on there that's
Yeah.
24.
23,
What's his
24.
name?
They had like
Flournoy.
6 years of college.
Hey
They did.
man,
Hey,
y'all
Coach, but
are killing these kids' names. What's up, Speedy?
to piggyback on what you were saying, I mean, I think the Cowboys should take that Green Bay Packers game. I mean, it's a copycat league, and just copy what Green Bay, like they did to us. I mean, that kid, Love. I mean, he has success because of the running game. I mean, play action. I mean, he killed us, and he killed us because of that running game that they have. I think we definitely need to go back. I mean, first we got to get some. I mean, I like Rico. I think Rico is a good back, but Rico needs some help, and Zeke ain't the answer. I know all these Cowboy fans. They want Zeke. I mean, but I was a Zeke fan, but no, I don't want to
You know
bring
what?
Zeke back.
I will say this: 2 reasons that it's good to bring Zeke back. Him and Dakota are best friends; they're buddies. And Zeke is a hell of a block in the passing game. You got to give him that.
Yeah, it's like having a
He is
guard
a
in
hell.
the backfield.
Well,
Yeah.
that's where we got another. So that's the center then. Got
Yeah.
it. See,
Man,
Yeah, that
man.
got it.
he's a hell of a blocker. You got to give him that much.
You might as well give him number 72
Right.
Man.
May as well.
since
May
they
as
can
well.
wear
And put him at guard. And put him at guard. When we talk about put him at guard.
He's
See,
an invert
see,
guard.
that's,
So
see, that's what I'm talking. See, that's what I'm talking about, right?
We got offensive lineman and Dak has a dinner date. Okay, that's fine.
But that's what I'm talking about right there. You gonna bring a guy back because he is best friend? I don't give a damn about that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm saying that.
And that goes.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a classic one. Yes, I love it. I love it.
I get that, but that's more of a morale thing for Dak. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep
Man, that's a grown ass man.
that you're paying that you want to keep happy, correct?
I don't give a damn about his feelings.
Man,
Okay,
come on, man. That man make $160 million, man. Come on, man. Come on, E.
We
Cut
don't
it
care
out,
about
man.
his feelings. We don't
Cut
care
out.
about his
Cut
feelings.
it out, E.
But what I'm saying,
Now, did we resign him? Did we resign him, or we're on the verge of resigning him?
we're on the
It's
verge.
this is like on the verge of it.
They got
I
to
think
figure
it's
out if he
pretty
can
well.
wear number 67 or 62.
I think
Once they figure that out, he's in the door. That's
Man, he's gonna wear.
Hey, Speedy,
He's gonna wear 0.
Speedy, it's funny you mentioned Bryce Love in the running game, right? Because we picked Lafui,
What's his name?
Lafui, the linebacker.
No, the quarterback's not. His name is not Bryce.
What's his name?
I think it's Jordan.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Bryce Love.
Jordan Love.
Oh my
Bryce
God.
Love is on the Temptations, ain't he?
So it's
Bryce Love played for Stanford.
Yeah,
So he's a running back at Stanford.
Yeah.
Hey, Speedy,
Yeah.
Jordan Love got some help in the running game because when we picked that linebacker from Notre Dame, right? The next pick was Green Bay's, and they picked Marshawn Lloyd. Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Go Cowboys. Yes, they did. Go Cowboys. Yeah, they did. I told you I looked at it before we got on the podcast today. Go Cowboys. They picked.
I mean, but
they put
I just
Marshawn Lloyd
don't.
in the next pick.
I mean, it's just like Coach said. I mean, I just don't know the Cowboys. I just don't know they thinking at that running back position. I
They
just
don't have
don't
any
know.
thinking. That's what I'm. That's the point I'm trying to drill, man. We don't. We in the draft. We never. It seems to me. Kevin's sources may differ, but it seems to me we never have a plan B in the draft. It just seems we just kind of like willy nilly. Like, okay,
Do we have a plan A?
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll pick that dude over there. That's the guy I'm gonna pick. Why I'll pick him because he looks.
If you go linebacker, I'm okay with it. Just get the best one that's on the board.
Get
How about
the
that?
best one on the board.
Let's do that. I don't know.
Best linebacker on the board. Peyton Wilson's on the board.
Let's just get the best one.
Like
And
he
then
said, the dude won damn near every linebacker award, defensive player award in the nation last year. Why not get that guy? But you pick
And
the
then-
guy that's basically going to be a special team.
And then especially if you got Peyton Wilson, they say he don't visit Dallas. I don't know how many times. I mean, they talked to him. I mean, several times, since scouts to the school, and I mean, he was there. He was right there.
That's
He
what
was
it
right
always
there.
be. You know what I'm saying? You do all that due diligence, and then you don't pick the kid.
Yeah.
Didn't you say you saw his peeps, his mom and dad?
I talked to his mom and dad not this past weekend, but last weekend. Yes.
And they called him what? 4 times?
They called him 4 times. They flew him out to Dallas either 2 or 3 times. Like he had dinner with Jerry Jones. It was Jerry Jones, Peyton, and Mike McCarthy, and Steven.
But we picked LaFufu.
It's not as
But I think
Maybe
I
Zimmer liked him more than
That's
Peyton
right.
Wilson. We don't know.
I mean Zimmer may have liked him,
Yeah.
but I still think that, and I have no. I mean, because we're idiots sometimes when it comes to these things. Our front office is
Finna say, I ain't
him
no
being in
idiot.
him being in the tub a lot. I think that if I had to pinpoint anything, I would say him being in the tub a lot probably factored into that.
Okay, so
Because-
if that's the case, why do you take a 23-year-old wide receiver that's been in the tub a lot?
Thank you.
Hey, I can't. Come on, man.
You can't.
You know, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
That's a later round pick.
That's a
That's a
6-round
later
pick.
round
Yeah.
So that's
I mean,
now a
they,
6th round pick is a guy that you like. Okay, we gonna give him a shot, and that's that diamond in the rough that you hoping you're gonna get
That's what
with
Bland
with
was. That's
Peyton,
what
with,
Bland was picked in the 6th round. Deron
with
Bland
Peyton
was picked in the
with
sixth
Peyton
round.
Wilson. With Peyton Wilson, what you're hoping is this guy can come in and he can compete for a starting job right now. And I can see, don't think this is the case, but I can see them looking at Vander Esch and saying, look, we invested in the guy like this before, and he played a few games and he stayed in the tub to the point to where now he can't play anymore. Now I'm not saying this is the case. I'm not saying I don't know the kid. You know the kid better than any of us, and the kid is proven that state. So I'm just saying I agree with you all wholeheartedly. I'm just throwing out some what ifs because I mean it's not outside of it's not crazy thinking that would be the logic behind that. But I'm like this: if you've gambled on guys with torn ACLs and everything else coming into the draft, why wouldn't you take a
several
chance on
times,
the kid?
several times.
That yeah, like why wouldn't you take the chance on that kid? You know,
Strong lead,
we all
Jalen
and we all
Smith,
talked about this
Vander Esch.
before.
It's just
If the
like
So
season,
hold on. It's just like Kobe said. Kobe said the draft is a crapshoot, correct? We don't know
mhm,
what we're getting, so it
mhm.
doesn't matter. There's no surefire draft pick. And I always go back to what's my man that played with the Rams? Pokemon.
Puka Nakua.
Yes, dude was drafted in the 5th round, killed it.
The man said Pokemon.
You know what I'm
Pokemon.
saying?
That's his new name. I'm gonna call him that from now on.
Not like nobody nobody knew Puka Nakua who he was. Nobody.
The
Nobody.
Rams did.
Clearly they did. Hey, so if the
No,
season,
he went to camp and bought and took somebody else's spot. That's what that was. He was drafted at, and that's what they said that he was drafted as a project or a camp body. And look what happened. So it goes back to what Hack said. You can't you're drafting this kid where he stayed in the tub in college. You don't know what he's going to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's not paid. That's anybody. So I just feel like the Cowboys dropped the ball on that one. I feel like they dropped the ball in this draft period. I mean,
Let me say this: this organization should be real comfortable drafting hurt players. Jalen
Yeah.
Smith, Lee,
Sean
in the
Lee.
3rd round.
Esch, and all of these
Mhm,
cats had good careers. I mean, all three of them
mhm.
were all pro players. All of them had I think got to a second contract. Okay, so football is a violent sport. You can have a person who's 100% healthy walk down the field, get smacked up, and all of a sudden they out. I just want to draft the best player at a position of need. I'm always gonna. That's my philosophy. That's the way I look at it. Um, you can keep the medicals as consideration, but I'm gonna draft the best player. And I don't know. When you overthink things, I think, and get too analytical and too much data, I think it's paralysis by analysis sometimes.
If the season started tomorrow,
Paralysis by analysis.
Yeah, he said
that's
that.
All
right.
right,
He said that. He said that.
all
Thing.
Let
right.
that man cook.
Turn
Let
your
him
radio
cook.
down. Turn your radio down, Mr. Radio Man.
Kev, I need
Hey
a
man,
job in
listen.
the front office. Can you hook that up? That way I won't complain so much because I already know all the information and I won't have to guess and speculate. So, Kev, I need you to
Hey
work on that
man.
for me. I need a front
If
office
the
job.
All right.
if the season
So,
the season started tomorrow. Hold on, real quick, real quick. Season started tomorrow. Season started tomorrow. Our front seven: DeMarcus Lawrence, Chauncey Golston, Odigi Zua, Michael Parsons is our front four. At linebacker, we got Eric Kendricks, Damone Clark, and the kid from Notre Dame we just drafted. Let that sink in.
Whoa.
Oh,
So
Damone, who?
why is Michael at defensive end?
I'm
That's
telling
his
you, the
spot.
depth.
That's what he plays.
That's his spot. The depth chart I literally just saw before we got on the
You don't play
podcast
Who was
linebacker no more.
has
who was the linebackers?
Damone Clark, Eric Kendricks, and the kid from Notre Dame we just drafted. That's the depth
Speedy.
chart I just
Jamal
looked
Clark
at.
We
is
need
the guy that ran the
put him
other
in
way
white?
when they ran
yeah,
power.
that's
Guy
the one
ran
that's
that
the one
way.
that needs to replace Damone
Blow
Clark,
the
the one that
whistle.
was
Blow the
the one,
whistle. Blow the
the one that
whistle.
was
Cheers.
the one that was backpedaling 40 yards downfield.
It's a
Yeah.
power run. Why are you going
That
2
man
seconds?
turned.
Where you
That man turned and ran towards the fence and said, "Blow the whistle."
Man,
I
he didn't
don't need it. I don't need it.
Wasn't last year
he
his
did not
first
want
year on
that
the
smoke.
field? Wasn't last year his first year on the field? His full wasn't last year his full first
It was.
year on the field?
It
Who's
was
Who was that?
Clark.
Clark.
Clark? Yeah, it was. Last year was his first full year on the field. I know
Lord.
his rookie year he looked a whole lot better than he did last year. I will say.
What about your man Overshawn?
Opershawn's
Oh,
coming off an ACL,
yeah.
so he's not so. So we don't know about him. He's coming off ACL. Mozzie Smith is coming off for shoulder surgery, so we don't know what about him yet. You know what I'm saying?
Shoulder surgery for
Opershawn-
what? He didn't get hit.
Right, he didn't get hit.
What are we
So, like,
doing? Why are you getting surgery? What happened?
Hey.
you know,
He hit his shoulder walking through the door, bro.
yeah. I don't know what he did, but
I'm trying to tell you. So look, with all that being said, we're going into the season. I need predictions. Where are we gonna finish? We're gonna save this podcast too because we're gonna come back to it. Right at the preseason and at the end of the season because
Good.
I wanted to see where we are. So right now, with everything considered, what's your prediction? Kev.
What do we do? 18 games now?
17.
17 games.
I think we'll go and this is generous. I think we'll do 10.
Hold on. Whoa. Before you give that, Kev, let me read y'all the games that we have in no particular order.
Okay.
Baltimore, Cincinnati, Atlanta. Let me start back over. Baltimore comes to Dallas. Cincinnati comes to Dallas. Dallas goes to Atlanta. Dallas goes to Carolina. Dallas goes to Cleveland. At the Giants, at Philly, at Pittsburgh, at San Francisco, home versus Detroit, home versus Houston, home versus New Orleans, home versus Philly, home versus Tampa Bay, and home versus Washington. Yeah, that's an ugly face you just made too. Thinking about that. Yeah.
I can tell you what mine is. I'm gonna wait. Kev, what's yours?
Yeah, probably the same.
So I'm gonna probably go 9-8.
9-8.
Yep.
All right, Rod.
Hey, I choked Rod up with that schedule.
Hey man, legitimately, I heard 9 losses. When the teams that Eric just read off right there, I heard a possible of 9 losses. So
you saying 8 and 9?
I'm gonna be you know what? I'm gonna try to be halfway optimistic here. And I hate to agree with Kev, but I'm gonna go 9-8 too. Because one of those we could slip and win. But we won't make the playoffs. Let's just put that out there.
All right, E.
9-8.
9-8.
Yeah.
Y'all give me time. 9-8. Boy, y'all like that 9-8.
I mean, just looking at that schedule.
Speedy.
10-7.
Ooh.
He got to be different. He got to be different.
Ooh. 10-7. Go on dancing. 10-7. Go.
Hey, we usher in the beginning of the Trey Lance career, going on a new journey and a new coach. We finished a blistering 7-10, missed the playoffs. Write it down.
7-10 and missed the playoffs.
Hey, Hack.
All right, yes, sir.
What's yours?
Hold on. Mine.
Yeah.
7-10.
Heck, change mine to 8-9.
7-10. I say 7-10, and we don't make the playoffs. When you were going through the schedule, I was sitting there listening. I was counting up. I was like, okay, W, the loss, another L, possible win. Look, and I'm counting wins for teams that we've beaten in the past that we might lose to this year. So, like the Giants. So we'll mess around and lose to the Giants. We're gonna beat the Giants like 10 straight. Like we'll mess around and lose to the Giants or split to the Giants.
Now
Like we're okay. I'll call it here first, and people will think I'm crazy. We're gonna get swept by the Commanders, by the Commodores. Watch what I
I
tell
don't
you.
think you're crazy.
no, sir.
I don't think you're
Watch
crazy.
what I tell you. Watch what I tell you.
If we get swept
they
by
We will
anybody,
get.
it'll be
We will
Philly.
get.
It'll
We
be
will get
Philly.
swept by the Commodores.
No,
We will
sir.
finish. We will finish third. We will finish third in the NFCs.
No, sir.
Yes, we
We're
will.
not gonna
Yes,
get
we
swept
will.
by the Commanders.
We're not gonna get swept by the Commanders.
Okay.
We'll get swept
And
by the Eagles first.
Rod, you said change yours what? 8-9.
8-9.
And the reason I say that, fellas, is, of course, nobody on this call likes any of these predictions. However, I think we're all realists.
Oh,
Like when we're going through that, like we legitimately call off the first 5 games again.
The first 5. This is the schedule.
He had
hasn't
a
come
way.
out yet.
He had a way at home. So
Yeah,
Oh, you just went way at home. Okay, because we don't know what the order is going to be.
Yeah, the
Okay.
actual NFL schedule doesn't come out for another 2 weeks.
Okay, so, but when he called out, I was like, "Ooh, that's an L. That's an L. That's an L." Depending upon the order, like we could legitimately start out, and we typically start out with a division game, the first game of the season. That's either the Giants. We typically start with the Giants. In years past, I think we've even started with Washington the first game of the year.
Probably start with Washington
Giants
this
or the
year.
Eagles.
The Giants. Who it is?
I mean, historically, it's been the Giants.
The Giants. Yeah.
We'll probably start with
And
Washington
so-
this year because of Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Just something to spice it up for the first game of the year.
Monday night. Well,
Yeah, but we could legitimately start out 0-3 or 0-4.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And I mean that schedule is brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Brutal. And yeah, we're gonna find out who we are real early. And I'm not so we know who we are, but we're not delusional Dallas fans either. We got some delusional Dallas fans out there that will win the first game and they will go out there and say we win in the Super Bowl like they do every year. And then we end up getting clown. So yeah. But fellas, any last or parting shots before we end this version? But it's good dialogue. I love, man. I missed you guys. We ain't had a chance to get on here and be foolish in a minute. And so this is good. This is good. Rod's still not gonna be happy. He probably gonna send us 10 texts after this about why.
Nathaniel Pete.
I'm glad you're recording this because we can always refer back to this, and so Rod can say I was wrong about. Okay, I was wrong.
Hey, but don't let him be right though.
I know that. I know.
I have no
Problems.
problem. I have no problem admitting I'm wrong. But Kev, you let me be halfway right, and I'm coming to get you, buddy.
Y'all lay off Kev, man. He gonna get me this job with the Cowboys.
Whatever.
Dang. Kev was tweeting me. No, we're gonna play him at center, Cole. We're gonna play him at center. Like, that changes things. Let's go.
We can't hire you till St. Aug pay you. How about that?
Hey.
Oh boy! Well then, guess what? It never.
That's another reason you need to hook me up.
Man, you can't even sell fish sandwiches and saying, "Oh, you got to give the money right to you got to give the people to the president." You said,
Man,
"Hey,
that was a low blow, Kevin. That was a low blow.
Woo, cute
Selling hot dogs to make up a $10 million.
Y'all made $350 off this fish sales. Sign that check over to the president right now.
Pick up this
Right
fish.
now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yep.
All right, good people. Oh man. Much love to y'all. We'll see you next time. See you when you see you. Peace.
Peace.